Hello again. I'd like to talk now very briefly about the Maria Miller resignation. I'm still learning to do this bloody thing, this video cam recording stuff, and it's still a great mystery to me, and I'm following some instructions that have been written out for me so that an idiot like me can understand it. So practice makes perfect, I suppose, and this is almost an instant one about the Maria Miller resignation. Now, of course, Cameron stood by her, but of course, when he stands by someone, you've got to get ready to be kissing them goodbye, which in fact he did as she resigned. This is not only about Maria Miller, and I don't want to go into the particular case too much, but since she's resigned, there's been reports of endemic bullying and sexual harassment of staff, particularly by Conservatives, but I'm quite sure it's carried on by all the other parties as well, in the Houses of Parliament. Their union has been on television complaining about it. And then, of course, there's the persistent rumours of paedophile rings and establishment cover-ups. So what I'm saying is, again, I don't want to go into any details at the moment, but to say that also about Maria Miller as well, her constituency home, this is her constituency one, not the one that she's done for, looks very nice indeed. Saw a picture of it, a very desirable residence in its own grounds, at one of those gaffes that they have on those self-build TV programs, how to build your own house. Very nice indeed. I'd like to ask you all, and ask myself as well, because I'm puzzled about it, is why do we give these politicians any credence? Another corruption scandal, more noise about reform, but our system is incapable of reform, even if it's for its own good and for its own survival. It's too late because the system is too petrified. Can only produce one thing and one thing only, and that is promises that are never fulfilled and waffle, of which there is a great deal. We have a government, or whatever political complexity it is, that works in the interest, well, in fact, it is a government of millionaires working in the interests of multimillionaires and billionaires. And that's it, really. And these multimillionaires and billionaires come from all over the world, and they're at the moment colonising London. Although, of course, there's no English Defence League marches about these particular migrants, which were particularly, if you could call them migrants, particularly unwelcome. We don't want them here. We don't want the super rich coming and living here. We've already got enough of our own. We don't want this to become the super rich capital of the world. But anyway, they also work, our government, for the corporate interests, of course, and to keep the system going. The monarchy, the House of Lords, all the top boards, the aristocracy, the system. And we mugs continue to vote for them. But does the government really govern anyway? How much power has your MP got? It seems to me that the government is run by mandarins, military boss, judges, departments, top civil servants, public schoolboys, an unelected, unchanging, faceless bureaucracy. And we only really get to see who they are when they line up to collect their MBEs and OBEs from the Queen. Maria Miller did in fact resign her cabinet post, but she didn't resign her seat, because if she did, there would have been a by-election in her constituency, which is Basingstoke, and it would have been a good chance for UKIP to actually pick up its first parliamentary seat. But she didn't, and it won't. So why is it that everybody hates politicians, has got not a good word to say about them, and yet we still vote for them? And then there's more scandals and more crap, and there's going to be more scandals, and there's going to be a hell of a lot of crap coming up in headlines and in the news. And it won't just be one or two rogue MPs or rogue members of the House of Lords. I think that their endemic corruption, and as I've been darkly hinting at, paedophile and other sort of stories will come up. And they're constantly rumbling around on the internet. But sooner or later they're going to raise their head and then all hell will break loose. But we still vote for them. Why? I don't know. Are we conditioned to do it? All I know is that this will go on and on and on until we do something about it. But it won't be at the ballot box. It'll be on the streets. Yes, you're right. You've guessed it. The streets. Because that's our only solution now to deal with all this corruption, to deal with the system and so on. Because as I said before, and I've always said, it's capable, or not capable, sorry, of reforming itself. All right then. This has been my first sort of scratch one I've tried doing by myself, without any assistance from any other human being. So I'm now stopped to record, and that's it.